So tell me, what you wanna be when you grow up?
I want to be a doctor.
No, not on that. Nurse if it done, and it pay good. Better you did turn teacher that me did want you to do. But a nurse if it done, a nurse if it done, man, a nurse if it done, you pay better.
We are often told that our parents have our best interests at heart, but do they? Are they interested in our well being? Or are they trying to correct their mistakes through us? A bit ambiguous, isn't it? Is it tough love or is it manipulation? Welcome back to another episode. I know I have been absent for a while, but I'm back bringing you new content every other Tuesday, every fortnightly. I will be dropping new video with a lot of good content. So remember to like, share, subscribe, click the bell notification so you get notified every time I make a new video. Now, let's get into it. From the time that we have been conceived well into our adult years, we have been looking for and to our parents for guidance in a lot of decisions that we make. And the parents doesn't have to be your biological parents. Whether the decisions are financial, life planning, family planning, how they are supposed to do it about any and everything. And a lot of parents like these things. Not in the sense that they're helping their child, but in the sense that they are dictating the way how their child should live. And they take a knock out of that. They like to be the superhero for their child who comes and saves the child from so-called embarrassment or anything hard that the child has to face, and it is really prominent when it comes on to single mothers. They're their heroes, they're the child mother and father, which is not true. You can only be a mother. So these things, are they really to help the child, or is it in their own self-interest? Let's break it down. A butterfly in a pupa, or for better understanding, just say a cocoon, that thing that they are in. A butterfly in a cocoon will have to fight its way out to become, or to be in nature. And of course, you can always help that butterfly to become free. But you would think it's a noble thing to do and it's the right thing to do and you're helping nature, but it's not. The fact that if you help a butterfly before it's time to get out of that cocoon, then it will die in nature because it wasn't strong enough to survive. So that cocoon that it's in is a necessary struggle for it to go through so that it can become strong enough to survive. So struggles are necessary, but a lot of parents put on their costume with them superhero costume, get out and ready to save their child from everything or anything that inconveniences them. I guess it's a clinical term known as the Superman complex. I'm not really know if it's clinical, but there's a name for it, the Superman complex. Thinking that you need to save everyone. Everyone doesn't have the capacity or the ability to save themselves. Example are their child. They think that they have to do everything. They're coming from a age or from an era where they had to go through a lot of stuff and a lot of inconveniences and a lot of hardships, and then in return they think that because they went through this, them nothing make them child go through this or nothing at all. And yes, that is true to an extent. No way should your child be going to school without shoes or without lunch money to eat. Lunch money so that they can buy something to eat. But you don't go overboard and give them more than is necessary. And yes, that's true. Your child should not have to go through all the hardships that you went through from your era, but you do not overcompensate. Yes, you didn't have shoes going to school, or you didn't have enough lunch money, but you do not overcompensate by giving them a lot of money to go to school, or a lot of shoes where they're probably not going to wear. You know, the little shoes, the one shoes or the two shoes, the enough lunch money will allow them to make better decisions. The one shoes or the two shoes will allow them to know that they have to carry the ones they have because it's the only two. And that is an important life lesson. And giving them just enough money will allow them to make proper planning with the money. Proper money management, it will teach them all of these things than to overcompensate and give them a lot of all these things. Overabundance, it will not teach them to value anything, and they will feel like they are entitled to everything. So it's not good, and you think you love your child when you're doing that, but you're doing them a disservice. And we as adults must look into this, and we must make the necessary changes, because if we don't, it's going to spell disaster. Even with the shoes and the clothes and the money and the overabundance, a lot of parents is not even doing it for their child. They're doing it so they can look good, so that other parents and other people can say, oh, Miss Jane daughter is in the latest, or Miss Jane daughter is wearing this, and Miss Jane daughter looks good. It's all an ego boost for them so that they can look good. It's less about the child. It has nothing to do with the child. It's all for them. It's for them, the child is just a little prop, a thing on the stage for them where they can fix up and look nice so that other people can look on them and think they are rich, or they have it, or they're living wealthy. Because it's a thing in Jamaica where we look on a child or look on someone and judge them from their background, their shoes, their clothes. And everyone is aware of this judgment, so a lot of parents, because of this, they overcompensate, damaging their child, not knowing, just so they can look good to someone who doesn't even care 5 minutes from when they see that person. So you have to be knowledgeable of these things and be careful. And a lot of parents are conditional when it comes down to their child. Everything is done on condition. If they like what the child is doing, if they don't like what the child is doing, then it's like the world is coming to an end. They make the child feel bad, even calling the child names, or they're gonna turn out like their worthless father, or their poor mothers, or whatever it is, so they can beat the child into compliance or into submission. Yes, that's the word. They can beat the child into submission so they can feel good about themselves. They just see the child as something that they can live through, and an extension of themselves. So the child doesn't have his or her own life. It's all about them, the parents. But to put it better, let me show you what they see their child as. Take a listen.
You poo-poo? You want me poo-poo? Would you like to be one? I'd like for you to be a good boy.
So yes, that is how a lot of parents see their child, like a pet. And yes, for those parents who want to seem cool, like they're such modern parents and stuff, and it's 21st century trying to be friends with their child, and twinning, and oh, my child looks like me, dressing up the young girl to look like an adult. So with the son, giving him beer or make him take a puff off the spliff or whatever it is, or him cool, trying to be that cool dad or that cool friend. No, you're doing your child a disservice. You're supposed to be a parent, not a friend. Oh, my child can call me by my first name and all those stuff. It is not a problem for your child to call you by your first name, in the sense where it is necessary for them to do so. Referring to their parents as mommy and daddy, or sir, for who has to call their father that, it's a sign of respect. It's to teach your child respect. Stop trying to be a cool parent or a cool dad like what you see in the movies. It's not real. Be a parent to your child. That's what's better. Be a parent. And those parents who turn the child mind against the other parent because of whatever didn't work out between them, y'all on the chopping block as well. Y'all know good. Y'all should look within yourself and make the change. Not because she left you, because you're being a deadbeat father, a truly deadbeat father to your child. Doesn't mean when a child comes around you, you say the mother is keeping you away from him, when you're not being a father, not being an influence, not being a leader, not being something for your child to emulate. And the same in the reverse order, when the father decides to take his child because you think you're young and you're free and you don't want any responsibilities. You just want to live life, and that's not something for any child to see. Don't cuss the man, cuss yourself. You are the bad influence. And for those asking how our society is so violent and so morally degraded, it all starts in the home. Our child form their personalities from around 2 to 3 years old, 4 sometimes. So everything about the child is learned in the home. So all that disrespect, that moral decay, everything, that violence, it came from the home. So it starts with the parent and the home. So if you're looking for someone to blame for crime and the high crime rates and everything that's so bad in society, blame the parents. Y'all